replacing the dash bulbs in the instrument cluster and behind right here with from SuperbrightLEDs.com, this bulb for the cluster and this bulb for these guys right here for the HVAC unit. Now I have in there blue 220 degree bulbs right now, and I've got a couple flat spot or bright spots, hot spots they call them, right? And so I got a 360 one, but there's a big price difference between 220 and 360. These are about $6 a bulb, and I think I needed 6 of them for the dash, the instrument cluster. So you're going to be spending about $45 if you do this, 50 bucks maybe. But these other guys are like $2 a pop. But these in there are only about $2 each. So I mean 2 to 6. It's a pretty big jump to get these 360 ones. But I'm going to try them, and hopefully that eliminates my bright spots. Okay. Really, the only thing you should need for this, the only tools you should need for this are a Phillips screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver, and there's going to be a socket you'll need in here too. I think it's an 8 or a 10, but you'll need to remove 4 bolts of an actual cluster and stuff. But let's get started. I'm going to try to give you the best angle to actually see what I'm doing, but it's fairly simple to do this. It doesn't take very long, and the only thing to really be careful of is when you're pulling your HVAC cluster out. There's 2 pinch tabs. Very easy to just crack them and make them useless. Okay, so the way it looks like you should do, you should probably go the other way. I'll show you, but yeah. I'm on a hill, so I'm gonna need my e-brake on. I say that because you're gonna need this guy to come all the way to first to get your bezel off. Okay, but the bezel comes off pretty easily. I mean, it's just a pop on. See, it's just slide on tabs. Very simple. I mean, it just comes out. Now I'm going to need to. Also, to make sure it pops out, your cup holder has to be out, because this, when it's in, it's partially one thing that holds it in. Okay. So I need to move this. You have to have the key. Oh, here's one thing. Have your tools ready, your screwdrivers ready, because once to move your left lever down to first, the key has to be in ignition, and it's got that with your door open, that really annoying beep. You've got 2 tabs. Okay, this comes out as one huge piece. Let's see if I remember how to get this out. Oh yeah. Right here, this knob, you need to take a flathead or something bigger, and push it down, and you have to push it pretty hard. At least on this one I have to push pretty hard, and then it slides out. Come on now. There has to be a better way to do this. Easier way, better tool. But what I have, and gets the job done for me. I've done it a few times now. And then your only other connector is, before you can move this back up, is your headlight switch. And that's just, I believe, a flathead too. Over here, just right down there, you get that, something in there to pop that out. see, I got a crack up here. Eventually I'll have to replace my dash, but that's later on. For right now, here's bolts. 1, 2. I can turn my keys off. Move this back to the park. Turn that off. Save my batteries. We got 1, 2. And there's 2 more on the other side. Just gotta undo those, and the cluster should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10. This just slides out. The 6 black ones are going to be the ones that we'll be replacing. Okay, so there's twist pop out, and there's the 220-degree bulbs. We're going to replace them. So we'll take them all out. Here's the bulb differences. My other blue one, 220 blue ones, to 360 blue ones. Different. These were also super bright LED purchases. Obviously, even the bottoms are white on this one, but even the bottoms are blue on this one. You know, yeah, there's replace the bulbs. Should be good to go. Let's put one in just to make sure it's good. That's it. Let's do it. They need to be touching. Oh. They need to be touching the gold for them to be functioning. If there's not really touching, you might have bouncy or not functioning stuff on your cluster. So make sure you see they're bent up, push them down. You don't really want to go down with just a flathead. You're going to get something like this. Requires some very, very, very small tools, but in theory you'd get something underneath the edge in the corner, and then push the edge down to that till it touches the gold. But few people are going to have tools that small. This is like glasses tear apart tools. I think we're talking here. On here too. I actually had a flat spot on here, or hot bright spot, so that's why I got new bulbs for that. There should be 4 of them. Now to get this out, I've got an aftermarket CD player. Quite honestly, I don't know how the stock one works. I know the stock one put the radio up here, the CD player up here, or down here. You don't need anything down here. So, but you do got to take out the top bit to get to this. Because in theory, it looks like you could just stick your flathead down there and pry it out, but no, that's going to pop the edges, at least on these older ones that are 20 years old. Maybe if you had a new one it would work, but not on this. So pretty easy to get this out. Got to set it up to the side. Now, I've already broken one. That's how I learned. I've had this out before when I tried the 220 bulbs and these other ones. But now this one, what you do, you go in from the top with your flathead and pry it out, pushing it back without breaking it. The buttons, right? And those you don't replace. I suppose you could put any bulb in there. There's like these real little bulbs. I didn't buy new ones for those because those, I mean, it's just that little lights up orange. That's all it is. I want to get these back here to be blue. Okay, so that's why I'm just going to take out the top and do my 4 bulbs like this. From Super Bright LEDs, those come, I guess, already with the little mounts, so that makes that really easy. To turn a few of these, you might have to use some kind of needle nose pliers, or just because you've got a whole lot of space to wrap your finger on the backside. 4 new ones in. The 4 original ones are out, as well as the 2 20-degree bulbs from the cluster. So now we can just begin the assembly. I have been filming for 30 minutes total. Obviously I'm right. So this is a fairly quick job, and especially if you've done one of these trucks before, it could be even faster. Go. That's in. Alright, next up, once those 2 are good, there's really not much left. It's just the cluster and the front bezel cover. That's in 4 bolts. 4 bolts. 4 8mm bolts. Nope. So hard. Get that in there. Piece that connects the main part of your cluster, you gotta push it back and in. You should hear a little click. Just like a real light click, nothing. I wouldn't want to say it's a click, but you hear a noise. You hear it pop in. Through the middle one. Okay. It's got to be reconnected back there. Okay. Now once that's in. Alright, so we're basically done. This is all in. You want to make sure it's pressed in so you don't get any rattles. Good, nothing. What is up with that? I'm gonna have to check it out again. Pull it back apart. Well, that sucks. The other side does not have a white dot. Okay, so make sure when you do that, get them in there, white dot facing up. Should be good. Okay. So it's not fully dark right now, but it's dark enough that you can see the lights pretty good, and this is what it would look like. So before, with the 220 degree bulbs, I had, this was pretty much not illuminated at all. I think I had a dead spot around the oil PSI gauge too. Then I had a really super hot spot around 4 or 5. Right now 5's a little bright, maybe 80's a little bright, but overall this looks pretty even. And for an extra $4 a bulb, from $2 to $6, I like it. And this, with the old bulbs I had, these new ones that I put in, this was not lit up really at all. This was barely. This looks a lot better. This looks a lot better too. So that was definitely a good bulb upgrade. But I've always liked the blue. I'm gonna install, when I install my pillar gauges, they're gonna be blue, so that's why I chose blue. So there it is.